Hey everyone, it is Ant King 101 bringing you some Madden 15 gameplay of the MSE Sim League. We are in week 14, huge game, Falcons against the Packers. Playoff implications still for the Falcons. They are really going to try to get something going here. Packers have been a beast the last few weeks, just unstoppable, and so the Falcons are going to try to do their best. They let go of their offensive coordinator and hired a new offensive coordinator, and so now they are rolling with the Cleveland Brown playbook. And they are starting Steven Jackson this week as well. Toby Gerhardt taking a seat. And so they are wanting a huge game. And the Falcons are going to kick the ball off. Big wins here in Green Bay. And a good return there by Harris. And the Packers come to the line and they run the ball, and that will go for two. And the Falcons have not been the best at stopping the run as of late, so gonna do their best here. And they come to the line, and it's a run formation, but they're going to pass. And wide open. That goes to Jordy Nelson. And Jordy Nelson just completely uncovered there. Jordy Nelson is definitely someone that they're going to have to watch like a hawk this game. And they come to the line again in a run formation. And it's a run. Eddie Lacy breaks a tackle, but is brought down after he gets the first. And that is going to be a big gain for Eddie Lacy. And coming again, this time in a strong formation. And that will be completed to Cobb. I believe that's Cobb anyways, over the middle. And the Falcons are going to need to stop this powerful pass and run offense that the Green Bay Packers have been using this season. And it looks like they're going to run the ball here, and they indeed do. And Eddie Lacy breaks the tackle there. And this is definitely going to be a difficult game when it comes to play calling, definitely a chess game. And almost sacked, but able to get that ball off. And that will go for an incompletion, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. And Green Bay trying their best to confuse this pass defense that the Falcons have, that have done fairly well this season. They had a couple of rough games, but have definitely... And the player is right there. That's Wilson, but he's not able to make a play, and that will be completed for a first down. And that is a difficult thing. If you cannot stop this offense, if you cannot keep them from getting first downs, you have to stop them, especially if you want to have a chance at winning this game, as the Falcons have the last couple of weeks been good at moving the ball, but all season have had trouble. And now bringing in a new offensive coordinator, definitely going to have even more trouble. And they stop Eddie Lacy. Eddie Lacy, 5 rushes for 31 yards, doing very, very well so far this game. And the Green Bay Packers have been eating up clock. That's almost the end of the first quarter. And he's able to get it, does not drop the ball, and that is indeed a touchdown. A great play by the Packers there. And Aaron Rodgers finds his man, and they get up on the board on their first drive of the game. And the Falcons are going to need to come out and go down the field themselves. And that one's going to go out of the end zone, and that will be a touchback. And so the Falcons are hoping that Steven Jackson does better in this offensive scheme. He showed a couple of bright spots this season, but definitely needs a big game here today. And that one will be, I believe, to Patrick DeMarco. No, that's to Gerhardt, the backup, the backup halfback there. And the Falcons are going to put this one straight up the middle, and they get 5 yards and the first down. And the Falcons hoping that this new offensive scheme that they've been using in practice will help eliminate some of those bad passes that they've had, hoping that it will make them better in the long run. As Matt Ryan has definitely been one of the best, most efficient passers in the league. However, has had troubles with those interceptions. And Steven Jackson gets a halfback screen there. And it's 3rd and 4. The Falcons need this first. And it is overthrown to Roddy White. Roddy White open. Matt Ryan overthrows it. And that will be 4th down. And they will be forced to punt this ball. Not a good one there. And they are kicking into the wind. That is going to be a very, very short punt. And that is definitely not something that that you can be happy about if you're this coach. Matt Ryan, who has been great, just cannot throw into that wind, and it brings it right back. And Eddie Lacy just finding a hole there and getting 8 yards. And the Falcons not able to defend there. The defender comes down just a bit, and I believe that's the fullback came out in that swing route and is just not able to catch up to him. He gets the pass, the completion, and the first down. Definitely not a good start for the Falcons. As you know, they've had difficulty moving the ball. They show on their first possession that they have difficulty moving the ball again, even though they have worked with this new scheme. And Eddie Lacy breaking a tackle, not able to be brought down, but is brought down with the second defender, and he gets 5 yards there. And they got to find some way, somehow, to make this work. Breaks a tackle. And the defense is not able to adjust. Rolls out of the pocket, does not get the sack. And he will be wide open, and that will go for 21. The Falcons are falling apart here, and this is just not something that that you can come back from if you play like this. And that's one thing that the Falcons have had a lot of trouble with, is tackling. If you tackle correctly, if you wrap up and you bring Aaron Rodgers down, that makes it 2nd and long, and you have a little bit more wiggle room to do more. But if you can't. And that will not be battered away. That will be a touchdown to Bostic. And that will make this game 14-0. And the Falcons are in a bad way right now. In a very bad way. They need to make something happen. And Jacoby Ford tries to make a juke there, but not able to. And you gotta shake off the last possession and come back out here and execute. You're down by 2 possessions. You can make it a 1-possession game, but you need to be able to execute, and they just come right through the line. Matt Ryan just backs that up enough to be able to throw that one away. And that will be dropped. And so the Falcons are going to need to do something here to make this a game that they can come back from. They need to make a conversion here. They need it badly, and instead, because of the wind, throws it straight to the defender. Roddy White not in position at all to make that catch. Matt Ryan overthrows that to, I believe that was Clay Matthews. And that will probably signal the end of this game. And the Falcons bring down Eddie Lacy there for a gain of 0. Bring him down at the line of scrimmage. The Falcons need something big to happen here. They need something to happen badly with the way that this game is going. And Aaron Rodgers is able to get that ball off quick enough that there is no sack on the play. And that is the second time third time actually, that Aaron Rodgers has been able to turn a sack into either nothing or able to turn it into a big play. And again, gets to Aaron Rodgers, but he will again get that ball off quick enough that it will not be a sack. It is not completed, but good enough that they do not get out of field goal range. Oh, because of the wind, they're not going to try the field goal here. And so they're going to punt the ball here. This gives the Falcons an amazing chance to go down the field. And that will go out at the 19-yard line. And can the Falcons capitalize? They have not been able to do anything as of yet. And they need a play here badly. And a terrible throw. I think he was trying to throw deep, but Matt Ryan doesn't have the arm. He ends up throwing it in between 2 defenders, and that one goes to Clinton Dix there. And the Falcons are in a bad way. There's not much you can do here if you are the Falcons. And Eddie Lacy breaks 2 tackles, but gets brought down by the 3rd for a gain of 4. And perhaps this late season offensive coordinator change wasn't the best idea, as they are having a lot of difficulty moving this ball at all. They have not been able to get down the field one bit so far. And almost picked off there, but can't hang on to it. And it's 3rd and 6. The Falcons need something here. They need something big. And they get a stop there. They'll get 3 yards on that gain, but again will not be able to attempt a field goal here as the wind is just too insane. 12-yard winds, 12 miles per hour wind. And that will give the Falcons another chance. They've gotten lucky on these last 2 possessions. Their defense stepping up. And Matt Ryan's got to get a completion here of some sort. And he does get a completion. That'll make him 3 for 8. And Roddy White gets that one. A very questionable throw, but Roddy White just having the skills to be able to turn around and get that, and that will extend the drive. And that is the type of play that the Falcons really need to see from their receivers, as Matt Ryan is definitely dealing with some difficulty here. And that one's going to go to Steven Jackson. He will lose his footing there, though. And Steven Jackson wide open on that play. And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. Atlanta has been able to pull up together a good drive so far. Can they get a score here? And cannot get a block. The defender comes straight through and grabs him. And there's going to be a motion at the line here. And that one's going to go to Roddy White. And Roddy White will get the first and then some. Roddy White definitely being a player today. Definitely showing up. Something that the Falcons certainly need to see from their players. And Steven Jackson will get to the 4-yard line. A good run by him. And it's 2nd and 4. And that's going to be a touchdown to Julio Jones. And Matt Ryan throws an interception, but comes right back and is able to drive that down the field And that will be a needed touchdown there. And that will go out of the back of the end zone there. It's a one-possession game. They need to keep them out of the end zone here. They need to try to keep them from not being able to get the field goal. They have 48 seconds. They need to make something happen here, or at least get a stop. But is able to get it to Nelson, I believe. Jordy Nelson. And this is tough. This is tough. You really need to keep them out of the end zone. And that is overthrown. And another pass play. And they finally get Aaron Rodgers on the sack there. That's a loss of 8 yards. And that will put them at the 28-yard line. And it looks like they're going to let this go into half. And the Falcons will get the ball at the half. And speaking to Coach King at halftime, asking why he did not call the timeouts to try to get the ball back to make something happen. And he said, well, I didn't want to give him more time on the clock than needed to try to drive down the field and get the field goal. Our defense has been holding, but I don't want to give the ball. I don't want to give them the opportunity to go up by even more. We get the ball at half, and we have the ability to tie this up. And he wanted to make sure that he could tie the ball game up and not continue playing from a deficit. Was it the right call? I don't know. We'll see. But definitely a bold call, as it could go in. And I don't know what happens there. Harry Douglas makes a couple of amazing plays. I mean, a couple of amazing moves, but falls down. I guess he just lost his balance. Just falls down. But a great play by him. And Julio Jones, that is not complete. Could not get his foot in. And they're going to try to make this one matter. Falcons not only able to get a gain of 3 there to Toilolo. And the Falcons need to make something happen here. They need to get... And that's intercepted. That one went right over Harry Douglas's head. And that is going to go for a pick 6. Looks like the wind, I guess, is carried that over Douglas's head. that's one that Douglas generally is going to make. Just not able to get it there, and that will put the score 21-7. Terrible call, and a terrible play there. And they're not able to stop him. And now they've got the wind going against them. You got to get another touchdown here. You cannot turn the ball over like they have been. Turning the ball over hurts your cause. And it is something that the Falcons have certainly struggled with. And Steven Jackson certainly trying to break the tackle there, but is able to get brought down right away. And I believe B.J. Raji's the one who brought him down. I mean, what do you do if you're the Falcons? You're having a lot of difficulty moving the ball against this powerful defense. And again, intercepted, made a bad read. I'm not sure why he threw it to Roddy White there. I believe he was looking for Harry Douglas, but ends up going to Roddy White. And that is a difficult one. That's 3 interceptions. And that is just Matt Ryan's worst dreams come to fruition. They certainly didn't want a game like this, as this really turns the tide. And if they can't get a stop here or a turnover, then there's really no hope for the Falcons. And impossible to cover the middle. That is where the Packers have gone most of this game. Just impossible to cover the middle for the Falcons, and they're paying for it right now. Very, very poor defense. Very poor offense. And this game will just not live up to the standards that the Falcons have been playing these last few games. I mean, they lost to the Cardinals, and they lost by a field goal. Or no, they did lose by a touchdown. But it was in overtime. They beat the Browns in overtime as well. But that was mostly due to being able to move the ball well. And that is something that they are not doing here at all. You know, some people here, you know, they may have a winning season going. It's still questionable if they will have a winning season. But they do have a winning season look right now. But, you know, the Falcons are one of those teams that you got to get into playoffs. And if you don't get into playoffs, and a touchdown there by Boykin, but if you don't get if you don't get into playoffs with the Falcons, who have known to be a playoff team, then you know, do you call for Coach King's job? You know, Mike Smith has had a great franchise here, and they let Mike Smith go with a 4-12 season. Now the Falcons definitely aren't having a 4-12 season, but you know, definitely not making it to the playoffs, especially with the Bucks taking especially with the Bucks taking division so far. You got to wonder if fans are going to be calling for his job. This should be a winnable. This should definitely be a winnable season, and so far it hasn't been. And that is, Matt Ryan has been such a consistent quarterback, week in and week out, since he was drafted here. And then Coach King comes in after a rough season because due to a lot of injuries. But they get most of their players back. You still got Sean Weatherspoon on the injury reserve. But I don't know what you do if you're in this position that Coach King is in. He's certainly trying to fight for it, but with games like this, the fans can't be happy. You're on the road. The Falcons are known to have difficult games on the road. They're not known mostly for winning road games, and that is not complete. It looked completed, but it wasn't, and that will hurt badly. That will definitely hurt badly. And almost overthrows Toilolo, but is able to get the ball to Toilolo there. And, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with Coach King come off season. He's been preaching about the lucky catch there by Roddy White. That was one that Shields has been getting all day. That is a lucky catch there. But he's been preaching about once they get to the draft, he's going to help rebuild this team. But you can't blame everything on the team. And that one to Roddy White again. And they're eating up clock, which they probably shouldn't be doing. But they're being methodical right now. Probably something that they should have been doing from the beginning. Just settling into a groove rather than trying to score quickly. And Steven Jackson having a decent game, not a great game. Definitely not the game that the Falcons were hoping for, but he's been having a decent game. And we enter the fourth quarter. The Falcons are down by 3, I believe. And Toilolo goes out of bounds there. And now they're at the 4-yard line. And Douglas is not able to get in. And that was Sam Shields that got the tackle there. And Julio Jones getting the ball there. And that will bring the score 14-28. The Falcons got to get 2 stops in a row here and in 7 minutes. Can they do it? I don't think that they can. If they would have been playing like that all game, I'm sure they would have. They've, once they get into a rhythm, they do well. They do very well. But, sticking to those short pass plays And I think they just got shook up in the beginning after that quick score. And they're going to need to make something happen here. And Eddie Lacy not able to get much there, 1 yard. And the Falcons haven't allowed a whole lot of yardage, 200 yards altogether. But it's certainly been enough to make this game difficult. And then that pick six. You know, how do you come back from a pick six like that? The Falcons are certainly trying, and if there's anyone that are going to do their best, it's going to be the Falcons. But and there's somebody it looks like that's slow to get up. That's Paul Warrilow, and that is not a good. Well, the clock did not stop. It looks like he's just slow to get up. And the Falcons got to do something here. Their defense needs to step up. And that hole closes up really quickly. And Green Bay is trying to milk this clock. And I don't blame them, you know. The Falcons, you know, finally found their groove. But you got up big. Now you sit on the ball and you make sure that the Falcons don't have a chance to come back. I mean, that is the way that you need to play the game. And that is definitely what they are doing right now. And we'll see if it works. I don't doubt that it will. And they get another first down. That one to Nelson again. And this just is not a pretty game. They're getting those first downs and then milking the clock. And if they lose this one, there is still a chance at playoffs, but it becomes almost an impossibility. You need Tampa Bay to lose almost every game now. You got 3 more weeks after this. We'll see if Tampa wins their game or not this week. And if they do, the Falcons are basically out of the run. They'll have the same record as the Panthers after this game. Green Bay will move to, I believe, 9-2. An incredible record by far. Certainly, a couple of teams are in that same vein, but Green Bay again showing here why they have been doing so well. Harris has a loss for 1 yard. And if the Falcons had been playing like this from the beginning of the game, they may have had a chance. But they tried to get they tried to be fast on offense. They tried to deliver the ball quickly, worrying about that blitz, and it has certainly hurt them this game. And the Packers have played a great game. And the head coach, 2D, has played a very, very good game. He's called everything that would stop the and he has not thrown a single interception. Aaron Rodgers under the helm of 2D, Coach 2D, has really been able to just thrive, and he's showing why now in this game. And they stop Eddie Lacy there. Or no, that's Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis. They're going to call a timeout here. And they're going to get the punt here. And they call the timeout there so that they also have the 2-minute warning instead of letting it go to the 2-minute warning. Can the Falcons go down the field? They need to. They need to badly. And they're going to try to hurry it up to the line. They don't go no huddle, and they're not able to. And Falcons are certainly trying their best here. And Steven Jackson gets hit hard there. And they got that one to Toilolo. And a short pass, but it is dropped by Steven Jackson. And the Falcons are trying to be methodical again. And they throw that one right to the defender. That was underthrown. And tries to strip the ball away there. And that will be game. He tried to underthrow that. And it went straight to the defender. I don't think they figured that it would. I think that Matt Ryan thought he had enough space to fit that one in. Trying to force that pass, and it hurts. Playing from the bottom has been the story for the Falcons. And yet again, they show there that they just cannot win if they play from behind. And that will be Week 14. Week 15 is going to be a very interesting week for the Falcons. The Packers will take this game and will take another huge step towards a great playoff run. And so that will be Week 14. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. And we will see you when Week 15 is on the docket. Good night.